Hey everyone, it's John, your Indian Cine-MANIAC, back with another 10-ish minute review. This one I'm excited about. I just got out of the movie theater and I saw on the big screen Tiger 3. That's right. I've already reviewed EK the Tiger. I've reviewed Tiger Zindagi, and this happened to be playing in a local theater. So I went to see it tonight, and first of all, I was the only one in the theater. So I had a private screening of this movie. And I'm bummed out because there were some things in the movie that I know if there was a big audience, they would have gone crazy. And I would have loved to have seen that. But it doesn't matter because I still enjoyed it. It was great seeing it in the theater, the big action. Again, I'm a big fan of this whole Yash spy universe with war and Pathan, and I hope Tiger's not done, and I don't know if he is or not based on this film. Now I'm gonna do a 10-ish minute review, and there is going to be a spoiler section later on. I won't spoil it right away, so if you haven't seen it yet, don't watch the spoiler section if you want to be surprised when you go. Okay, so this movie was directed by Manish Sharma, who did not direct didn't direct the first two. Obviously, it stars Salman Khan, who I'm becoming a big fan of, Katrina Kaif, who again has a lot to do in this movie, and wasn't really glammed up again till the end of the movie. Emran Hashmi, who plays the bad guy, who was really good. Kumad Mishra, who was in the second Tiger film. There's actually a bunch of people from the second film, and even some from the first film. And Ranveer Shori, who was from the first film. He played Gory, the guy that shot Tiger when he was trying to get on that plane. So he was in it. Okay, so I'll try to do this as vague as possible, but it's definitely, I definitely feel like it's got a little Mission Impossible vibe going, or even a James Bond, because the opening scene where he is freeing a prisoner was fantastic. I mean, it was what a great way to start the movie. Motorcycles, helicopters, him being, was there a horse? I think was there the horse in the beginning? I can't remember. I might be getting the movies jumbled because I've seen them so close together, but it was a great action scene. And he had as always, he had a spectacular entrance. Like all these guys have spectacular entrances. Overall, they ramped up the action even more than the second one, which I love. I love this action. And I know that the stunt coordinators have been stunt coordinators on big Hollywood films. So, it's just incredible how they're getting bigger. And, it's the Mission Impossible. Every movie gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I thought that this story, in all these spy movies, there's a MacGuffin. It's the thing that they're going after, and you're trying to figure out what it is. They do it in all the spy movies, and this one's no different. So it doesn't really matter because the thing that they're going after is never going to get used. You just know that because it's true in all these movies. So that really doesn't matter. But how they get there, he assembles the team back together, and there's callbacks to the other films, a couple which I'll talk about in the spoiler section. Again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was it had a lot more violence in it, like graphic, which wasn't true of the other two movies. There are some pretty brutal killings in the film. That kind of surprised me because I haven't seen that. Every film, the cooperation between Pakistan and India is getting better and better. And in this one, it kind of tops it off because it's really about the threat to freedom and democracy in Pakistan. That's really kind of the theme of it, with a pretty rousing ending where the PM of Pakistan does a speech talking about freedom and democracy. It's great, and the way they shoot it, everyone's paying attention to it. It's pretty cool. But obviously, these movies, you go to these movies to watch Salman Khan, and I would also say Katrina Kaif, because the action scenes, they gave her a lot more to do in this film, and she kept. Now, I know she probably had a stunt double, and I am going to say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I have not seen her like interviewed recently. But it looks to me like they might have de-aged her a little bit, her face, because some of the scenes, there was one scene that definitely, it was a CGI face when she was doing a fight. But I just got the feeling, unless it's just a filter they're using for her, but I did see that. Now, I still think she's beautiful and she looks great. And she definitely, I'm sure they used a stunt double for some of the stuff, but she did a lot herself, and she did a lot more of it than in the first two films. So I appreciated that. And he's just, he's just badass. Although he didn't do anything without a shirt. I think in every movie he does, he doesn't wear a shirt. He wore shirts in this one. But the bad guy was really good. And I like the fact that, like, even in the second one, the bad guy was really calm. And in this movie, the bad guy is smarter than everybody else. Or is he? So I'm so glad I saw it in the theater, because the explosions are big, and there's a couple of cameos in it, which I'll talk about in the spoiler section. But I think it was the best scene in the movie, the first cameo. It was so well done, and well, I don't want to spoil it, but I can only imagine an Indian audience is going to go crazy when this cameo happens, and the after credits cameo. So yeah, listen, I'm going to say this, and you got to be surprised, but I'm going to give it 5 Ledoux. I think partially because I got to see it in the movie theater. Now I know people are going to be, well, that's crazy. It's not that good a movie. For the type of movie it is, I think it was great. I think if you're looking for gravity, or you're looking for terrorists who can actually, aim and shoot people, which terrorists cannot do, because there's always scenes where there's 50 guys shooting at him and no one ever hits him or Katrina or anybody. You kind of know that going into it. So I don't care about that. I mean, there's certain movies. This is not a movie grounded in reality. So I don't care about that. I want great action. I want a plausible story. Movies like this are set pieces, strung together with thin plot lines, which this one was. But you go for the action, and it delivered. And I would love to see the making of this, because I'd love to know how they did some of the stuff that they did. So 5 Ledoux for me. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have seen it, I want to know, tell me what you think in the comment section. Am I crazy? Because like I said, I've seen these 3 movies pretty close together, so everything's fresh. And it's also amazing that in the time frame of the first movie to this movie, Salman Khan doesn't look all that different. And Katrina Kaif, she looks a little different. But still looks great. So anyway, so now I'm going to get into some spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, look away. Okay. Consider yourself warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So a couple things. Gobi from the first movie, who shot him, that's who he's rescuing in the opening scene. And it's a great scene. And it was cool because I recognize him, and he ends up dying, and then kind of implying that Zoya is a double agent. So that leads into the love song, because now Tiger's all conflicted because he thinks she really could be a double agent. Well, then you find out the bad guy threatened the son with poison, and that's why she was doing it. And there's a great fight scene between him and her, where she doesn't know it's him because he's got a really great disguise, a long wig and a beard. She'd never know it was him. Anyway, I'm being sarcastic. But there's also Hassan, the little boy that had the bomb strapped to his vest. He shows up in this. Junior's a little bit bigger, but he was kind of, he was just not even necessary. It was just to get them to do what the bad guy needed them to do. He was hardly in the film. A lot of the guys from the second film, his team, the electronics guy, the 2 Pakistani guys. Now, there was I didn't like that one of the Pakistani guys who fought with them in the second movie ended up being a mole, which didn't fit with the storyline of the second one. So I thought that was, that was conveniently a convenient thing. But they were all good. The chemistry's there, just like in the other one. But okay, so now the cameo. So, and I knew it was coming too because I heard rumors about it. And he's about to he's on this. He escapes a prison, and he's on a, it looks like a castle almost, but he's on top and he's waiting for something. You can tell. All of a sudden, all these guys show up with guns and they say, raise your hands, we're going to shoot you. Now this ball rolls down and it starts playing a song about Pathan, right? So I've seen Pathan, and I know that Salman Khan as Tiger cameoed in Pathan. So I knew what was coming, and sure enough, SRK comes down with the long hair. He comes down in a helicopter. No, he was on some kind of something on a pulley outside, and he's shooting at him. And it's just the camera zooms in on him, the fans blowing him. In fact, Tiger at one point says to him, "Your hair looks better in the wind." It was a great line. So there's a big escape scene, and then there's a big fight scene on this long bridge. And I don't know where it was shot, but it was incredible. And their banter back and forth was really funny. And it was a long scene, and I think it was the best scene in the movie. And I would love to see these two guys in a movie teaming up, one movie, just the two of them, because their chemistry is fantastic, and you could tell they're having a lot of fun doing this. And the action was great. I mean, the stuff that they did on this bridge was just incredible, and it goes on forever and ever. And I really liked it. So that was great. And the other spoiler is so they do this big dance number at the credits. And again, Katrina Kaif, just a smoke show, just beautiful. And she's still got the moves, and the shorts. I'm sorry. Not a great actress. Although I will say this. I think out of the three movies, I think her acting was probably the best. Fenway, I'm talking about Tiger 3. Can you please quit interrupting me? Sorry about that. That was Fenway. I thought this was her best acting because she had to do some things in this film that she had to do some acting, and I thought she did much better than the other two. Again, not a great actress, but I think she was serviceable. So after they finished that, there's this scene where some guy's describing this awful person, and they got to go after him. And then they show the scene in an alley, and this guy in a hood comes down and just wipes out everybody. And when he pulls the hood off, it's Hrithik Roshan. Now, my question is he supposed to be the character from War? Because I saw War, and I know it's in the same universe. So I don't know if it was supposed to be, because they imply that he was a bad guy. I don't know. So you got to check out the movie. The action was great. The fight choreography was really good, and just a fun, shut your brain off, just sit back and relax, and just that cameo. I'm telling you, I was laughing. I'm by myself in the theater laughing at it because it was so cool. And they're great together. So that's my 10ish-Minute review. I loved it, and I loved seeing it in the movie theater. That's my review. So let me know what you think in the comment section. If you did see it and you know the spoilers, comment on the spoilers. I'd love to hear from you. Although I guess you can't, because people who haven't seen it, we don't want to spoil it for them too. So anyway, as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Please smash that like button. It really does make a difference. And share it if you think anyone would like it. Looking forward to the next film I can see in a real theater. Hopefully I won't be by myself. But anyway, that's it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone.